Hello, and welcome to Virtual PCT, brought to you by the Pullman Civic Theater. In times like these, when you may be cooped up in your homes and isolated from others, stories provide our only escape from the monotony. That's where we come in. We start our story. Stephen sits on a bench. He looks a little disheveled, but it seems almost intentional. He is drawing on a small sketch pad. He is sketching details of the building across the street, and continually looks up for reference. Beth enters. She looks a little disheveled, but it is most certainly not intentional. She walks toward the bench, notices Stephen. They make eye contact, and she begins to leave.
Wait! You can sit here. I'm not doing anything important.
Stephen haphazardly gathers his belongings. Then he stands, as if to leave.
Wait! We can both sit here. If you want.
Okay.
Stephen sits back down, and after a moment's hesitation, Beth sits next to him. There is a pause. Then Stephen unloads his belongings and retrieves his sketch pad. Beth takes out a pack of cigarettes and offers one to Stephen. He declines. She shrugs, then lights one, and then she takes a drag. They sit in a slightly awkward silence as Stephen sketches and Beth smokes. She looks at his sketch pad, then up at the building.
Nice building, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. My window is that one.
Oh?
That's really good, you know.
Thanks, it's for class. I don't mean to say that I don't enjoy it. I'm an architecture student, but I'd still be doing this if it wasn't an assignment.
That's cool. I almost went to college. Well, I did go to college for 2 years. Didn't get my degree, but got stuck with the bill.
What was your major?
Naked people. That was a lot funnier in my head. I'm not that great at talking.
It's okay. Neither am I.
I just don't meet many new people. That's not true. I meet new people every day, but none that I actually have a meaningful interaction with. There's a sort of scripted dialogue when you work in the service industry.
Where do you work?
Denny's.
Do you like it?
It's Denny's.
Stephen looks at her expectantly, suggesting he hasn't been to Denny's very often.
No.
Oh.
So, what do you do besides school? You got a job?
I work in tech support on campus.
You're good with computers?
Mostly good at figuring out how things work.
That's pretty cool. I'm not good at anything like that.
Not many people are. Not to say that I'm anything special.
It's okay. I get it. It's good to have a useful skill. I wish I had one.
There has to be something.
If I had any useful skills, I wouldn't be working at Denny's. So, why architecture?
Yeah, I like buildings. I love the details and the history. I especially love to see rows and clusters of buildings that weren't all built at once. I like to look at the different details and guess when each one was built. And sometimes I make up stories to go with the buildings. Like generations of families that may have lived in houses or businesses that could have run out of different storefronts. Like your building. It was built in the 19th century as a hotel. But you probably already knew about the hotel part. I think about all the different people who stayed here Why would they have been visiting? Why did it close down and why convert it into apartments? I think of the people who might have lived here and even the people who live here now. I guess I just love storytelling. And the stories these old buildings can tell are just amazing. I'm sorry, none of that probably was very interesting.
No, it was interesting. I like listening to you talk about things. You're very passionate. I can tell you really love what you're doing.
So what are you passionate about?
Nothing.
Well, there has to be something.
Nope. Nothing at all.
What do you like to do?
I like to watch Netflix.
There has to be something you love. Something that gets you out of bed in the morning.
Why? Why do I need to have a reason to live my life? I get up in the morning and I go to work. That's what I do. I don't have a passion or a dream. I live in the real world. I'm sorry, I'm almost 30 and I've accomplished nothing. The media romanticizes the idea of the 20-something woman who has no direction in her life. The ones working in dead-end jobs and are just living life day by day, paycheck to paycheck because they have to. It's quirky, but for all the Zooey Deschanel's and Kat Dennings out there, there's women like me who actually live those kind of lives. And let me tell you, it's not glamorous. Not one bit.
They sit in silence for a moment. Beth finishes her cigarette, and then lights another one.
I studied art.
I thought you studied naked people.
Same thing if you think about it. I took a few drawing classes and some gen eds. Then I decided school wasn't for me and dropped out.
There is a moment, and then Stephen flips to a blank page of his sketchbook. He offers the book and pencil to Beth.
Draw me something.
Beth looks at him. She hesitates, then takes the paper and pencil. She spends a little time drawing. Stephen tries to peek, but Beth won't let him. She looks at it and then hands it over. He looks at it. He is impressed.
This is really good.
Thanks. It's a bird.
Yeah?
I always loved to draw animals.
Well, you are really great at it. Do you mind if I keep this?
Not at all.
Can you sign it?
Why not?
Beth signs the paper. Stephen closes up the sketchbook without looking at it and begins to gather his things. He holds out his hand and goes to shake hers before he leaves.
It was nice to meet you,
Beth.
Beth. It was nice to meet you, Beth. I'm Stephen.
It was nice to meet you, Stephen.
Their hands linger in the shake a little longer than they should. They share a moment of eye contact, then Stephen starts to leave. He hesitates, then comes back.
You know, you're not a dropout unless you die.
What?
If you drop out of school but go back, you just took a break, no matter how long it was. You're only truly a college dropout if you die and you never went back.
Thanks. By the way, my number's on that bird drawing, if you want to call me, or text me, or not. I don't care. Thanks.
Yeah.
Stephen exits. There is a long moment when Beth is by herself. After a while, a cell phone notification can be heard. Beth pulls her phone out of her pocket and looks at it. She smiles. The story you just heard was Stephen Sits on a Bench by Sam Updahl, featuring LACEN Workman as Beth, Will Blanchard as Stephen, and Matt Ma as the narrator. Special thanks to Mike Long, our Foley artist who put together all the sounds, and Kristen Lincoln for editing the video. I hope we were able to give you an interesting escape from your daily life. If you enjoyed this, please consider donating to PCT at www.pullmancivictheater.org. Thank you for joining Virtual PCT. Good night.